So, a tale of two tributes. 2 years, or two guitars from the same year with different appointments, but very much similar in their overall construction, but different in several respects. This, of course, is the 60s Tribute with the P90s. And this one right here is the Satin Brown regular Tribute with the Classics 4 push-pull pot setup. Very similar in their appearance when you look at them at first, but notably the appointments on the headstock are very similar until you get to this titanium nut and then start working your way down. Now the fretboards actually have a very similar appearance to them. I haven't conditioned the new one yet, so it's still breaking in. But like I say, the thing I really wanted to impress, and hold on, let's take a look at this. So this really is just the way the acrylic is for this generation of guitar. But what I was noticing yesterday was this carve right here is really nice and is a completely different joint than I'm used to seeing on a Les Paul in general, because I'm used to seeing this guy right here, the shelf type setup. Maybe I'm just biased by that, but I had never seen that, and I don't know if that's something, because I thought that the moderns were the first ones to have that. So that was a different appearance for me. So these two guitars, though, do share a lot in common in their overall appointments. They've both been modified, so that's another common trait. Like I say, both 2016 models. It's interesting to see on the brown one, it has shiny covers over it, whereas on the black one, it has the textured covers over the cavities. But anyway, so like I say, the appearance of these two guitars is very similar until you start digging closer into the specs of each one. Of course, the P90s stick out first, but then you realize there's a lot of other stuff that's different. So, a tale of two tributes. So, following up on something we talked about last time, the fretboard did clean up very well. It is currently still soaking in at this moment in time, but there was the question, of course, about what on earth was this rattling sound. So, because I wanted to record the discovery as every bit as surprised as y'all are, I wanted to get the initial impression of this, because I am very curious as to just exactly what is making that rattling sound. What is loose inside here that could possibly give that sound. Especially since I think this thing should be with the push-pull CPA. It should be nothing but the actual like solid state style pot system in it. So I am genuinely curious what we are going to find when we pull off this control cavity and find out if I'm going to have to take if it's something underneath the pickups that's causing that sound. Because I think it's coming from the back, but I've been wrong before. So, as predicted, it is the CTS push-pull pots, which is exactly what we thought it should be. That's something. So there's some inside there. There was some like burrs from where something was machined, possibly dual router bits. But you do have the selector switches in there. I don't know if you can see that on there or not, but right there is your dip switches for the CPA. Let's shake that again. I almost wonder if that's so bizarre. It's definitely coming from this control assembly, but there is nothing, like maybe that's a washer that's between one of these shafts and the CPA. That is the strangest sound. But like I say, you can look in there and see exactly what we're looking at. And I'm not really into the idea of taking the whole thing apart. You can see where when they changed it from the old style, from the old whatever cover was on there to the new one, that it changed the locations of the screw by just a little bit. So but anyway, so that's what it looks like on the inside. I was curious, and I'm still not sure what that sound is. But it's not floating free, whatever it is. It's wrapped around something. So, kind of sounds like it might be a washer or something that's between the printed circuit and the kind of like it sounds like it might be a something on the other side of the printed circuit. Maybe like I said, I don't know what to think about that. I'm not sure how my brain's going to process that noise. But anyway, now y'all know as much as I know about what that sound was and where it's coming from. We know it's there, but it is not visible, and it's definitely not affecting playability. So I'll put it all back together and do a little more in-depth tone comparison with this one. And what do y'all think? I think maybe I think the P90 guitar sounds like because it's the closest sibling to it. It's another tribute. Though I really do like that carve right there. And like I said, I'm going to have to dig and see if I can find a picture of a normal tribute, because the 60s tribute definitely doesn't have that. As we saw earlier, the 60s tribute does not have this carve right here. But it is a very nice feeling when you're up doing something up here. So on this guitar, it has the speed knobs with no markings on them. So amber speed knobs, they look great, feel great, but you have no idea what your setting is because they're speed knobs with no markings on them, which is not a bad deal. It's just something of note. So to get these guys to clean up, I had these two pickups, which are supposed to be 490R, 498T. I had to turn them down a little bit to get them to where they did not put some breakup into the amp. Now, admittedly, the Black Spirit tends to push pretty hard, even in 20 watt mode, but they have a really beautiful sound. But if you turn them up, even in single coil, because that's what I'm in right now, is single coil mode on the neck pickup. But if you back them down, they go clean nice. Phase reversal. This is the first one that I think the phase reversal sounds better than the normal. Phase reversal and single coils in this guy just sounds great. Alright, so P90 Tribute, turn it down to about 7.5 on the front and rear. Starting off on the front, nice, very clean. Gets a little broken up when you throw it up a bit. Back it back down to about 8. So that has nice clean tone. And in the middle, all right, now this time, single coil starting off on the neck, then we'll go to the bridge and then to the middle. Same basic riff. Now with phase reversal. That has an enormously different sound, and it totally throws you off if you're not expecting it. And if you turn it up, it's not as bad. It's not as crazy. This guitar is capable of some amazing tones, and I haven't even changed the actual tone switches themselves. This is with everything turned to 10, and it has like different sounds all over it. And it's not even something, even on the classic, this guitar makes different sounds, and admittedly, different pickups. I get it. Well, actually, the front one is supposed to be the same. I almost feel like it's time to take this one apart and find out what's in it and put it next to the classic and find out what's in it inside of it for real, because the classic sounded so much different than the 61 R's and T's that are in. It's supposed to be a normal classic, which of course the other one's supposed to be 490s all the way across. So maybe that's what's going on there. I don't really have a clue, but this guitar is capable of some crazy tones. And being up here in the high register, that cut right there makes it really easy to get way. Not that you would use it on a guitar like this. I certainly am not good enough guitarist to use something like that all the time, but the fact that you can, this is really comfortable right there. This cut right there makes this grip so easy, and it really makes me want a modern to find out how close this is to a modern. I think I know what we're going to have to do next. Well, anyway, so a tribute with what I think might be a unique carve, wired up like a classic, is definitely a viable contender, and this guitar is kind of awesome. It makes sounds that I didn't realize these little guitars could do, and I'm pretty impressed by that. So, including this funny little noise right here, which I still don't know what it is. The world may never know. All right, until next time.